Chicken soup for the soul is an anesthetic. Siefing. Patients would suffer from unbearable pain if doctors did not give them either local anesthetics or even general anesthesia to allow them to remain calm during their surgical procedures. Anesthetics benefit people when they are used properly, but they are terrible when they are abused, overly used on a regular basis. When people are suffering from worry, pain, anxiety, or fear, and we numb their spirits and souls, they will be relieved of their temporary difficulties and survive. But if those parts of them become anesthetized too much, then they will become soulless, walking corpses. Chemicals cannot relieve human pain forever, and spiritual healing cannot eradicate their trouble, pain, anxiety, sorrow, and fear, and will eventually aggravate their sadness even more. Here are 4 examples to analyze several cases of chicken soup for people's souls to think about. When someone lacks self-confidence, the chicken soup for their soul is, "You are your own God." Analysis. This chicken soup for their soul make them feel great for a while, that they can control their own destinies, and that they are the masters of their universes. As a result, people who consume this chicken soup for their souls become blindly optimistic, arrogant, ignorant, shameless, and they will become mental patients over time. When someone feels like no one loves them, the chicken soup for their soul is, "You should love yourself. As long as you can do that, then the world will be filled with love." Analysis. The effect of this kind of chicken soup for their soul is to make them create illusions and feel that as long as they love themselves, then the world will love them whether the world really does or not. And that as long as they love themselves, the plot of the whole world will turn over and become captive to their love. The result is that they will become more selfish and completely ignore the cruelty of reality. If a person was originally a slacker, then by loving themselves, they will become lazier and lazier. The more that dogs love themselves, the more they become themselves. When someone is disgusted by their surroundings, the chicken soup for their soul is, "You must accept everything." Analysis. After drinking this chicken soup for their soul, they instantly feel that the world is vast, that they rule 100 valleys, and their hearts are widened. As a result, they turn themselves into a dump because dumping sites will absorb everything. When someone feels lost and faces their environments pessimistically, this kind of chicken soup for their soul works well. Look inward, because what you have there decides everything. Analysis. After drinking this kind of chicken soup for their soul, they can calm down and feel that they have been saved. They feel that so long as they look inward, they can solve all the problems that they are facing. The bread will have of, the milk will also have of, as if to become a god is just a piece of cake and the whole world is under their control. The result is that after a long period of seeking inwardly, they will not find villas and supercars or beauty and delicacies, let alone God, Buddha, celestials, saints, or heaven. Gradually, they will finally become expressionless and numb and become more and more separated from the outside world until they become haggard. Such chicken soup for the soul is now full of roads on social media, and this is a sign of the nation's decline because chicken soup for the soul is an anesthetic and will become ineffective after prolonged use. A poor, hungry, emaciated, and malnourished beggar, with a shallow complexion and looking dull, was sitting and worrying on the sidewalk as 4 wise people brought with advice. A nutritionist came along and said to supplement their nutrition by eating more mutton soup and better eat a bowl of bird's nest porridge every day. After a while, a kind-hearted soul came over and said, "It seems that you are not in good shape. It is said that there is a wise personal trainer in America, so do not waste your time sitting here. Hurry up and fly to America to find that specialist for some conditioning." Later, a master came and said, "Look inside yourself. You have all kinds of delicacies and Manchu Han imperial feasts inside yourself. If you concentrate on seeking inwardly, you will have ample food and clothing." Later, an even more enlightened master came and said not to worry about the present. You are your own God. You must love yourself first, then you will be famous all over the world. Those 4 people were all offering chicken soup for the beggar's soul.